He was an actor, a racer, a very stylish one, and unknowingly a watch icon. But how did one man's watch become the most valuable Rolex ever sold? Let's start right now. I will show you today the watches of Paul Newman and his timeless style and elegance. He was known from the legendary movies The Hustler, Cool Hand Luke, The Color of Money, and much more. He also was a serious race car driver, not just for the show. In 1979, he even got the second place in Le Mans. But what made him unforgettable in the watch world? A gift from his wife, Joanne Woodward. He wore it regularly, both in his everyday life and during his racing career, leading to the legendary bond. The production period from the Paul Newman's Daytona 6239 was built from 1963 to 1969. His wife gifted him the watch in 1968. The caseback of the watch has a special engraving from his wife, "Drive carefully, me," referencing his racing career. The famous dial, not your typical Daytona, it had a so-called exotic dial, featuring contrasting subdials, Art Deco numerals in the subdials, and a red minute track. Back in the days, the watch was actually pretty unpopular. The dealers couldn't sell them, so the watches were laying in the stores. Today, these watches are worth a lot, and the watches are called the Paul Newman's Daytonas. But only certain references, like the 6239, 6241, 6262, 6263, 6264, 6265 with exotic dials. I guess you thought the movements of the watches were made by Rolex, right? But that's just half of the truth. Actually, the base of the caliber were made by Valjoux. It was the Valjoux 72, and it was modified by Rolex as the caliber 722. No automatic winding, this was a pure mechanical chronograph. In parts of history, his watch can offer a lot. For decades, Newman's personal Daytona was disappeared from the public eye. But then, in 2016, it was found again. In the hands of James Cox, ex-boyfriend of Newman's daughter. Newman had casually given him the watch one day. Then, in October 2017, the watch was at auction at Phillips in New York City. The opening bid was $1 million, which is a lot for a watch, but within 30 seconds the watch hit $10 million. The final hammer price was $17.75 million, including buyer's premium. For a time, the most expensive wristwatch ever sold, meaning it wasn't just a watch, it was a piece of personality, worn daily by one who was loved by millions. But that's not the only watch seen on the wrist of Paul Newman. There's also the Rolex Daytona reference 6263, Big Red. Black dial, red Daytona text, and screw-down pushers. This version was powered by the caliber 727, which was also based on the Valjoux 72. The watch was gifted to him by Joanne Woodward and passed to his daughter after Paul's death. This version was sold in 2020 for around $5.5 million. But there's actually another watch, not a Daytona, it's a Datejust, seen in the color of money from 1986. His Oscar-winning role. The watch is likely a reference 16200 steel with a jubilee bracelet. Simple, elegant, and reflects his role in the movie. But as you could read in the title, we are not just talking about watches, we will also talk about style. The style of Paul Newman. Newman didn't dress to impress, he dressed to live. And here are some signature pieces of him. White Oxford club shirts, often with the sleeves rolled up or a few buttons undone. He also loved polo shirts, often in soft, neutral tones. And he was also often seen in turtlenecks. His color palette was neutral with the occasional saddle stripes. His trousers were mostly denim or chinos. Sometimes he even wore shorts, which is not a typical gentleman style. Always casual, never overstyled. He also favored the V-neck sweater, relaxed but refined. The result is a look that felt lived in, natural yet effortlessly cool. He also had favorite accessories like the turtle shell, sunglasses, or a metal chain link bracelet. Yeah, that's it. I hope you liked the video as much as I like the style of Paul Newman, and if you have any idea or any person I should do a similar video about, let me know in the comments. And if you're a watch enthusiast as well as I am, please follow me and stay tuned. I talk a lot about watches, and you can join me on my journey to hopefully one day grow the channel to, 1,000 followers or so. And yeah, I hope to see you again soon. Please leave the like, leave a comment, and hopefully a follow. And bye bye.